Welcome to NKTelco Sports, presented by Grand Lake Health. We are here at Sidney Memorial Stadium to bring you high school football, with the Stebbins Indians take on the Sidney Yellow Jackets. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: American Trim, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, NKTelco, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Plygem, Precision Strip, Schwieterman Pharmacies, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Wilson Health, Cy Schwieterman, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing and Air Conditioning, Wayne Trail, Cargill, Wagner's IGA, SecureCom, St. Henry Bank, The Spot, and St. Mary's Foundry, bringing you tonight's game between Sidney and Dayton Stebbins. And we're live from Memorial Field in Sidney. I'm Dave Helmstetter, alongside me Matt Everidge, and not much. We're ready for the kickoff as the Stebbins Indians will kick it away.
Yep, kick received by Sidney.
Yellow Jackets on the return, and they'll bring it upfield, and they'll have a good start at about the 34-yard line. Let's take a look at our keys to the game tonight, brought to you by Keystone.
We'll start
Pizza.
with the Indians. They need to control the line. That's on the offense and defensive side, and no false starts penalties. We're in the 9th game of the year. Those are the kind of penalties you're supposed to have behind you at this point, so no false starts for Stebbins. On the flip side, for the Sidney Yellow Jackets, they need offensive efficiency. They just need to get the ball, run, and then they need to win the kicking game. It's all a battle of field position when these two teams play. We're looking for a low-scoring, high-running game here.
And our keys to the game tonight brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Thanks to them for bringing keys to the game here from Memorial Field. And the Yellow Jackets on the first run of tonight's game is short pickup.
Actually lost 4.
Loss of 4, and that'll make it second down, and well, they'll call it second down at 13. Football is going to rest at the 32. Yellow Jackets on the season, they stand 3-5 and look to close this one out to try to finish this season at 5-5. Matt.
Yeah, Adam Doan just coming in. They started off rough, 1-4 to start the first 5 games, but they do have a chance to right the ship, come out 500, like you said. And that's the goal here tonight for them, is to continue in that progressive way.
And the Yellow Jackets with as many as 10 sophomores in the lineup. They'll short pass by Dunham is incomplete. They'll stop the clock with 11:02 to go here in the opening quarter of play. That's third down and 13. Stebbins, on the other hand, they're 2-6 overall, 1 win in Miami Valley League play, and again, they're also a young squad.
Yeah, they're young, but they broke that losing streak. They had 6 in a row where they lost, and broke that last week against Butler, 21-13. So they're going to look to right their ship as well and just see how they can finish this season strong with a big win tonight.
Yellow Jackets with the football, clad in the yellow uniforms, straight back on the run to the left side, and he'll run it. That's Seed Johnson, the offensive starter tonight at quarterback for the Yellow Jackets. And it's going to be 4th down. He picks up, gets the Yellow Jackets to near the 40-yard line.
Nice 8-yard gain on that rush. Punt team comes out.
Yellow Jackets will need to punt it away. And back deep for Stebbins is Kelby Cox, 5'11" senior. Red and white for Stebbins.
Sidney with a bright yellow on tonight. I like the look.
Dunham will kick it away. It's a low line driver.
Ball's out.
Ball is loose, and Stebbins is going to fall on it. Looks like number 16 happened to be in the right place at the right time. Andre Snow for Stebbins.
Nice job recovering it so we didn't have an early turnover here. That's what would be working in Sidney's favor. Game time temp tonight, 50 degrees, and the time we finish it should be down to about 44. Here's the replay of that We just had the replay of the kick where it was recovered by Stebbins.
Stebbins, 1st and 10. Football at the 34. And to the left side, diving forward, Marvelous Rutledge, number 9, 6 foot, 190-pound junior, gets the football back to the 35. It'll be a 1-yard pickup. Let's call it 2nd down and 9 for Stebbins. Nate Keller is a sophomore quarterback, and he's had some nice numbers for a sophomore.
Stebbins doing a nice job of spreading the field out. 7 in the box for Sidney.
Short pass. It's completed, but only a pickup of a couple of yards for Stebbins.
And this is one of the things Stebbins wants to avoid, is that 3rd down and long. Both these teams just are not equipped for anything over 6 yards.
Yeah, both these two teams like to grind it out. Out of the I formation, shotgun in motion. Keller rolls to his left. Short pass connected and stepping out of bounds. Number 1, Kelby Cox for the Indians. He'll have the 1st down, and Stebbins will be on the move.
It was a nice job by Cox, knowing where he was on the field. Just knew he had to get to the 45 for the 1st. Got what he needed and got out of bounds. Clock stopped 9:32 in the 1st quarter if you're just joining us.
Football will be at the 46-yard line. Keller in the shotgun formation. The sophomore, 2 receivers right side, 1 to the short side. Yellow Jackets almost jumped. It'll go right side to Rutledge. He's across midfield, but there's a penalty marker, and he picks up the 1st down and moves deeper into Sidney territory, but a penalty marker, which usually means a holding call.
And the hold is called at the 50, call it the 49, so that'll take them back 6.
Overall, Stebbins on the season, they ranked 9th in overall offensive yards in the MVL. 1,873 yards of offense overall, an average of 234 yards per game, 911 via the air. So they have a little bit more of a, I guess you would say, a balanced attack than the Yellow Jackets do. Stebbins looks to the sidelines.
So take away that 15-yard run, makes it 1st and 15. Ball back at the 41.
Straight back. Keller looking downfield. He has Cox over the middle, and it's caught at the 34-yard line. Big gain for Stebbins. Football will be right at the 35. Let's take another one. Look at that one on the Winners Quality Meets replay. Keller.
Just nice protection all around in the pocket, and didn't have to move much, just traveled with it. 24-yard gain.
1st and 10. Stebbins on the move. Football at the Sidney 35. Look to the sideline. Rutledge also in the backfield with Keller. Rutledge gets the call. He's in trouble, and a host of Yellow Jackets in on the stop. That time number 15 in on the tackle. That's Ryan Cagle. Cagle with the stop, and of course Cagle, as Sidney fans know, leads the MVL in tackles this season. Big play by Cagle, and it's a loss of a couple of yards. Football back to the 37. 2nd down and 12.
Quickly, Stebbins 3 for 3 on passing for a total of 34 yards on this drive.
Keller looks to the right side. Pass is going to be tipped and then caught by Stebbins as the Yellow Jacket defender had his hand on it, and he tipped it right into the Indians receiver.
Another gain of 20.
Let's take a look at that one more time.
The pass drawn out. Sidney gets right on it, but tips it right to the player. Takes the ball down to the 17. I'm sorry, the 12.
Jacob Wheeler, the defensive back for Sidney, who tipped it. Tough break for the Yellow Jackets. Stebbins. Keller is going to try to run it. He'll get to the 5, looking for the end zone, and he'll find it.
Nice run.
Beautiful run by Nate Keller.
8:04 left on the clock. Stebbins strikes with first blood. Nice little drive put together there.
Impressive drive is right, Matt. Take a look at that, and boy, Yellow Jackets had their hands on Keller, but he's elusive. Boy, that's some pretty good moves there by a sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, both these teams, like we said, coming in are very young. Next couple years are going to be interesting to watch both of them as they grow.
Stebbins will try to add the extra point. Fosberg will kick it for Stebbins. His number 28 kick is up.
And it's good.
Just makes it through. So on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard, our score, Stebbins 7, Sidney nothing. We'll be back right after this.
In the Grand Lake Health System, great health care is about creating a personalized experience. We're here for you at every stage of your life, to care for you with compassion and courtesy, to support you with an honest approach that values communication and actively seeks your collaboration, to treat you in a safe, welcoming environment where quality and service always come first, to create truly grand experiences. For more, visit grandlakehealth.org/grandexperience.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sidney and Walpaugh, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Stebbins with an impressive drive against the Yellow Jackets, Matt. Just a nice combination run and pass for Stebbins.
Yeah, a total of 13 yards, and then they went 4 for 4 on passing for 54 yards. So nice start on control of the ball. Sidney wide open here, though.
Here comes the return. Yellow Jackets finally knocked out inside Stebbins territory, but there's a penalty marker.
Good thing for Sidney, that's a late flag. So if it is a hold where it's thrown at, they're still going to be right at midfield.
Darren Taborn with an excellent return for the Yellow Jackets, puts it into Stebbins territory. Let's see what the penalty is.
I'm not quite sure where they're marking this from. Okay, so they're going to start at the 43.
Blocking the back against the Yellow Jackets, going to push him back to the 47-yard line. Nonetheless, still great field position for the Yellow Jackets and an opportunity to bounce back after that Stebbins drive.
And if I was Sidney here, I'd just stick to the run. So far, they've got 4 yards on 2 rushes.
Here comes a sweep to the left side, and Jones, he'll turn the corner, still on his feet, knocked out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Nice gain by Lathan Jones, and the Yellow Jackets quickly into Stebbins territory. You take a look at Jones's run. There you see the sweep.
It's just wide open for him. Plenty of room on the outside. Nice job of Stebbins just pushing him to the corner, using it as another man. So 13-yard gain for Sidney on that run.
Cedric Johnson, number 10, the Yellow Jackets quarterback. Comes the handoff, and it goes this way towards us, and there's going to be a loss on the play that time.
It was a nice stiff arm. He had 2 of them out there. The first offender he put right to the ground, but he just couldn't get past the second. E.J.
Davis, who came up big in the win over West Carrollton, had 281 yards rushing against West Carrollton and leads the Miami Valley League in rushing.
Sidney trying to stretch the field as much as they can. You just don't want to get where you're predictable. I mean, if they run to the left side this time, they're letting themselves be predictable. Good job and
good defensive play by Stebbins, and that's a big loss for the Yellow Jackets. In on the stop that time, number 43, Emery McCamey for Stebbins.
So 6 rushes for Sidney. So I'm sorry, 5 rushes for Sidney, 3 of them for a loss. So that line is playing to its potential.
3rd down and 15. There you see the Sidney huddle. Davis to the left side. Johnson, number 10. See what the Yellow Jackets do. 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right side. Johnson, he'll go left. The lefty puts it in the air, going deep. Touchdown Yellow Jackets as Jones makes the catch and the fireworks go off.
That was a nice job of the receiver to slow his pace and cause the defensive back just to get out of balance a little bit.
You can see Johnson rolls to the left under pressure, gets it up there, and boy, right on the fingers of Jones. What a nice catch with the defender right there, and Sidney comes back, and now comes the all-important extra point kick to try and tie it up. Truesdale on to kick the extra point. Snap good, kick. Yep, we got a whistle. Procedure against the Yellow Jackets. Truesdale, who kicked all 7 extra points last week, will try and have to move back 5 yards and try it from a little bit further distance.
Hunter Cisco there just got absolutely rolled by Stebbins from the offensive line. See if they can't find an opening. There's another false start.
It's going to be a long field goal if we're going at this rate, Matt.
Yes, it is.
These are the things that give coaches gray hair. 7-6 our score on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
And Caleb Schreier isn't getting no help at all from his offensive line here on this kick.
Truesdale going to be pushed back even further. The ball's going to be marked at the 20-yard line, so it's a 30-yard extra point for her. Dunham with the hold. Good snap, kick up.
Good.
She got it. Truesdale kicks the extra point, and we are tied. Our score, Sidney 7, Stebbins 7, 6:21 to go here on NKTelco Sports. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, mister. This is Nate Henry with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your existing cable TV, internet, and phone service.
Hey, Botkins. I'm Brett Gerstner with NKTelco, and we are here for you and to help you operate your business network.
Hey Maria Stein, I'm Ken with NKTelco, and we are here for you with hometown pride.
Hi Rishi, I'm Tim Metzger, and we are here for you for your installation of your telephone, cable TV, and internet.
Contact NKTelco at 1-888-NKTelco.
Back here at Sidney, Yellow Jackets and Stebbins are tied at 7-7. Both teams with some good drives here in the opening quarter, opening minutes of play. We got 6:21 to go, and Stebbins will get the football.
Sidney got that on 3 rushes for 9 yards, 1 pass for 45, and quickly tied up 7-7.
Yellow Jackets on the season averaging about 252 yards of offense and about 17.9 points per game. So off to a good start. One of the things that Coach Adam Dunges likes to see. Short kick. It's going to hit at the 25. Carried by Stebbins on the return. They'll step out of bounds near the 40, and all sorts of action.
Surprised that didn't pull a flag. That was a definite late hit. I don't know if we have a replay of that or not.
Daniel Bowman with the return, but surprised, and we've done a lot of games this year, Matt, and that would have been a penalty in almost all of them.
Every game that we have called, for sure. We're kind of like the laundry magnet. We show up and flags fly.
But that's okay. Football's going to go at the 40-yard line. It'll be Stebbins first and 10. Take a look at the replay one more time as the return, and you can't see it, but it's over to the right, just out of the.
43 just came barreling through and
outside the camera view. Keller, the quarterback for Stebbins, is going to give it off to Rutledge. Rutledge off the right side. He'll pick up maybe a yard. Cagle in on the stop for Sidney.
Fourth rush for Stebbins so far tonight for 13 yards.
They got Omar Holloway in the lineup for Stebbins, and he had the carry that time instead of Rutledge. Rutledge is the leading rusher for the Indians, but Holloway is in there at the current time. Here comes Holloway. He'll pick up another yard, perhaps.
Give him one. Going to be 3rd and 8 yards, a long 8 yards. Kind of what we've expected coming into the game here, but.
Clock at 5:17 and counting down as Stebbins looks for the play from the side. And this is the situation Coach Dungus wanted, a 3rd down and 8. A little bit of a long yardage situations for Stebbins instead of the short yardage that he's faced the last few weeks. Down the middle, pass is intercepted. On the return, Jones with the football. He's at the Sidney 30. He's going to go all the way. Jones will race it in end zone, but there's a penalty marker at the 37, and boy, Sidney coach Adam Dungus not at all happy.
Such a hard play. When you're on the defense and you're used to playing defensive ball and you turn offense that quickly, simple mistakes can happen.
Lathan Jones just with a great return there of that interception.
Another block on the back on the defense being called, so that's another 10 yards back. But Sidney again with great field position starting at their own, or at Stebbins 42 or 47.
Let's see that one again. I love that return. Jones picks it off. That's almost a 65-yard return.
You almost got too excited going in and about dropped the ball.
I love it. Don't you love that?
Well, being a defensive player myself, I definitely can understand where you get a little excited when you actually might have a chance to cross that goal line.
Jones has had quite a night for himself. He caught a touchdown pass. He intercepts the ball. Sidney in good field position despite the penalty. Yellow Jackets have had, what, four penalties already here in the opening quarter. That's the only thing that slowed them down.
Nice little jog up the middle for 2.
Davis tries to get it to that 45. Let's see where they mark that. Yeah, they're going to mark that at the 45, even though he got pushed back. Davis having quite a season for himself. Second down, we'll call it 7, a gain of 3 on the play. Football is going to be right at the 45.
Stebbins defense playing the run, set up with a 5-2 defense.
Jones in the backfield. He'll get the call. He'll go right side. He's in trouble. And Stebbins converges on him. A host of defenders, including Daniel Bowman, number 10 for the Indians.
So another negative rush play for Sidney. That is now their 4th negative rush play out of 7 rushes. So the defensive line definitely being controlled by Stebbins. They're taking charge of that line.
Clay Carter, number 28, into the Sidney lineup. He'll go to the left side. Three receivers to the long side. They're going short. Dunham will catch it. He's going to look downfield, wide open, and there's the catch by Davis.
He dropped it.
I had him running just like he thought he was running.
He thought he was running too. That was a nice setup play.
Oh, beautifully executed. Dunham, who also has seen a lot of playing time at quarterback. Look at this.
Just throws it out, and he even attempts to run again to pull the defense in, and unable to bring it down.
I had him in the end zone. Oh, too bad.
That just breaks your heart for the kids at that point, you know, that wide open.
Dunham will have to kick it away. It's 4th down and 10, 3:14 to go in the quarter. It's been an exciting first quarter, that's for sure. Line drive of a kick fielded at the 20 where a fair catch is made by Cox. And so Stebbins will have their worst field position of the night, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line, as you see it on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard. It's Sidney 7 and Stebbins 7.
3:11 left in the half. Stebbins coming off that interception, so nice job of getting the ball back. Only lost about 20 yards in that whole exchange, so this being a game of momentum, see if they can't be boosted by the defense to do something here on offense.
Keller, the quarterback. He'll hand it off. It's Rutledge. He's back in the game. He might pick up a yard.
It's definitely been a rough running so far for both teams. I mean, the offensive stats just are not there on the running side, but on the passing side, both teams looking pretty good.
Stebbins looking at a 2nd down and 9. Ironically, this is the first time Sidney and Stebbins have met in football. It's the odd fact, I think, of the night.
You definitely would have thought they would have locked horns before now.
Keller's pass on the inside is complete to number 5, Aiden Jones.
So give him 6 on the pass play, so bring up 3rd and 3. And this is a more doable down for both these teams. That's what they're looking for, 3rd down and short.
Clock counting down at 2:10. There you see the Sidney sideline. Three-man front for the Yellow Jackets. Trying to shoot the gap, but there's going to be an encroachment call on the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, he definitely crossed the ball, and the center was smart and moved it.
Bo Davis shooting the gap, and
5th penalty now on Sidney. I'm sorry, the 6th penalty on Sidney.
And we're not even out of the first quarter.
Stebbins still sitting with a big 0 there, so kudos to them for that.
They look to the sidelines for the play. Clock at 1:45. Long count. Snap. Rutledge across the 45. And Cagle in on the stop.
I think Stebbins understands we're in for a long night and a close game, so they're taking that clock down about as low as it can go.
Also in on that stop for the Yellow Jackets was Clay Carter. They're taking their time as they look to the sidelines, making it 2nd down and 7. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Rutledge in the backfield, low snap. Keller is going to roll right. He's going to take off and try and find that 1st down, and he'll get across the 40, but he's going to be short of the 1st down. It's going to set up a 3rd down and short yardage situation for the Indians.
3rd and 3. We'll see if they can get this last play off. They don't have to snap the ball.
Clock at 30 seconds. Bobble on the snap, and not going to get him the first down. He's going to lose a yard as he tried to scramble for it. Number 25, Bo Davis, I believe, in on the stop.
That's going to take us to the end of the quarter.
That's going to end the first quarter of football here at Sidney's Memorial Field. Our score, Yellow Jackets 7, Stebbins 7. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Plygem Residential Solutions is part of Cornerstone Building Brands, North America's largest manufacturer of exterior building products, and the success of our company is directly related to the contributions of our employees. We are currently looking for machine operators, maintenance technicians, forklift operators, and more to join our growing team at our facility in Sidney, Ohio. Plygem offers competitive pay, a full benefits package, as well as opportunities for bonus pay and long-term advancement. Become a part of our strong foundation.
Second 12 minutes of play is upon us here at Memorial Field in Sidney. Yellow Jackets and Stebbins in a 7-7 tie. Indians, there you see the Sidney sideline as Stebbins will need to punt it away.
We had a total of 15 plays in 12 minutes, so let you know exactly what these teams are doing.
Darren Taborn back deep for the Yellow Jackets. The punt by Fosberg is away. It's going to bound well away from Taborn, and it's going to take a good Stebbins roll, and the Yellow Jackets are going to be looking at their most difficult field position of the night as it rolls to the 14 away from Taborn, who has definitely some explosive speed on the return game for Sidney.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need that at this point on the backside of the running backs. Right now, Sidney, total of 7 rushes, 4 for negative yards.
So it's 1st and 10, football at the 14. Let's see what the Yellow Jackets do here.
Total of 12 yards rushing for Sidney so far, 45 in the air.
Davis in the backfield with Johnson. Davis gets the call, goes right side, slides forward for a gain of about 4, possibly 5 yards. Let's call it a pickup of 4. Davis, the leading rusher in the MVL, with over 1,000 yards with 2 games to go. And as we talked in the earlier in tonight's game, Sidney trying to get to that 5-5 mark, which is very important for the young squad that Coach Adam Dunn just has. Stand at 3-5, so tonight's game is a big one, and they close the season against Greenville. Davis, this time not much there.
Pickup of 1. The 2 defensive guards, they're already in the backfield before the ball carrier even has the ball. That's just not what you want to see if you're Sidney.
Lattimore and Johnson in on the stop for Stebbins. There you see the Indians defense.
This could be a big morale boost for Sidney here, just needing 4 yards to pick up the first.
Monte Martin to the left side, right in our full view of the camera there for a moment. Johnson, short pass. Pass is completed upfield. They have the first down. Clay Carter.
Nice catch for 11.
Make that Jacob Wheeler, rather, with the pickup.
Here's the replay. Just quick pass out to the flat.
Wheeler
able to wheel his way around is Wheeler and picks up an additional 7 yards.
Nice run by Wheeler, and the Yellow Jackets now up to the 35. 10:23 to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Sorry, that'd be a gain of 16. Nice job there for Sidney. 1st and 10.
Davis cuts it up. He's at the 40, dives forward and gets to about the 44-yard line, depending on the mark, near that first down. And nice run there by Davis as he cut it right up.
Yeah, give him a nice run of 9 yards. Was it a good cutback? It seems like the pursuit, they took advantage of Stebbins' speed there and just let him overrun the play, and he cut right back through him. That might be something Sidney could exploit here going forward.
Clay Carter into the Sidney lineup. He's number 28. Avante Martin goes to the short side in front of the Stebbins sideline. High snap, and that's going to result in a big loss for the Yellow Jackets.
Loss of 9, but good job getting back on the ball.
Number 43, Emery McCamey, in on the stop for Stebbins. Big loss, and that'll.
Here's the replay of that. Just ball comes right off of his right hand. He can't quite grasp it, but a good job of, and a lucky bounce of coming right back up and in.
And he fell on it. He didn't try to do anything with it, or it could have been a real disaster for the Yellow Jackets. 3rd down and 11. Clock approaching 9 minutes here in the second quarter. 2 receivers to the left side. Davis in the backfield, and Johnson money on
nice
the mark. Catch and run as Dunham makes the catch. Ryan Dunham, 5'11", 190-pound senior with the catch.
Some nice 22-yard pitch and catch there. Good job of the receiver just shaking off the first defender and just kept going downfield.
Nice run by Dunham and moves it into Stebbins territory. So the Yellow Jackets are on the move as Ryan Cagle, number 15, will come back into the lineup for Sidney.
We've seen it with both teams, yards after catch. They're doing remarkably well. Sidney 3 pass received for 45, 16, and 22. And on the flip side, 24, 20. For Stebbins, so both teams just nice job after the catch.
Johnson will pull that snap down and keep it. I think he might have wanted to hand it off to Davis, but wisely takes the run and gets it deeper into Stebbins territory. That'll make it 2nd down and 4, so a gain of about 6 on that play.
Yeah, nice call by him. He's definitely doing what a field general does. He's landing his passes and he's picking his shots.
Carter will go to the right side. Davis in the backfield with Johnson. In motion with the football to the left side is Jones, but Jones just runs out of room and is pushed out at around the 36-yard line.
Give him a gain of 1 on that one. Bring it down to 3rd and a long 3.
Big play here for Sidney. 8:05 to go here in the first half of play.
So I don't think we've seen a clock move this fast all year long.
It's moving. Curtis Spangler, number 35, now in the Sidney lineup. Yellow Jackets in tight. 3rd down and 3. In motion, Spangler, but Davis gets the call on the first down, but he loses it. Football's on the ground, and Stebbins should come up with it.
Turnover for Sidney. And that's going to even it up 1 apiece. Stebbins gave up the interception earlier in the first quarter. Second quarter, Sidney lays it on the ground. So
with the recovery
replay right here, you can see it. Nice camera shot. Just stripped by number 5 for Stebbins.
43 is going to come up with it for Stebbins. Boy, big turnover. Yellow Jackets are starting to put together a nice drive. And
yeah, Jones just didn't give up on that. He just stripped it right down. So see if Stebbins can't do something with 7:56 left on the clock here in the second quarter. If you're just joining us on the Think First scoreboard, 7-7. Knotted up.
Keller will take the football. He'll go to the left side option. Rutledge tries to turn the corner, but the Yellow Jackets will read it quite well. And on the stop that time, Clay Carter and Cam Vordermark.
I mean, it almost looks like a mirror image of each other, just different colors when they're on the offensive side. It's run wide, then run up the middle, and then throw a deep one.
7-7 our score. Great view of the Sidney sideline.
Four receivers.
Keller looks to that left side where those receivers are at. He's going to run it. Sophomore across the 30. He's at the 35 and steps out at about the 37. Keller's a nice combination threat, Matt.
Yeah, he's definitely showing that he's worth a salt just as a sophomore out there. Not afraid to pull the hammer and throw it, but also not afraid to pull it down and run. And it was a nice pickup by his receiver taking the block out to free him up.
Stebbins 1st and 10. Keller looks to the sidelines.
It was the biggest run for Stebbins. First one in double digits, 13-yard gain.
Coach Bonifay relays the signal. Keller, he'll go to the option left. Rutledge with it. Good defensive play by the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, just a 2-yard pickup.
Clay Carter, number 28, with the stop.
We'll give him 3 on that carry.
Second down and about 7 for a Stebbins first down. Football at the 40-yard line. Keller, he's going to go straight ahead to Rutledge. Not much running room there.
Pickup of 1 leaves it 3rd and 6. And a long 6 at that.
Make it Holloway with the run there for Stebbins, number 4.
Crowd starting to liven up.
There you see the Stebbins sideline with a signal into the quarterback. Keller, 2 receivers right, 1 to the short side. Yellow Jackets shift on defense. Here comes the short pass. It's completed at the 45. Forward to about the 47 and near that first down.
Going to
Should have it, I believe. Number 8 with the reception, Austin Romack, 6'3", 220-pound senior.
Takes the ball out to the 49. So Stebbins rolling now down to 6:19 left on the clock. Each team, when they get it, they just eat away at the clock.
Womack is to the right. He'll shift over the left guard. Snap back to Keller. Holloway. Taborn with the tackle. Not much of a gain.
More hard-nosed running. Stebbins so far only 1 incomplete pass out of 7 attempts.
Very efficient offense, except for one thing. Nobody's got a lot of points.
Yeah, it's just 7-7.
7-7. Sidney, you can look at that and you can say turnovers and penalties and some little things, just all sorts of issues with them.
Yeah, Stebbins, they turned the ball over on a, well, they sent the ball down.
An interception.
If they could have tackled him when he was down there, it would have been just as good as a punt. Unfortunately for them, Sidney did run it back. So here we are, 2nd and 8 on the 49.
Keller, he's going to toss it out to Cox. And
that was nice.
Incomplete, or complete, incomplete.
Defensive end for Sidney ran a good 25 yards just to keep up with him right down the seam and did not give up containment. Nice defensive play.
So that's going to make it 3rd down and 10 after the good defensive play by the Yellow Jackets. Stebbins looks to the sidelines. Womack's going to come to the right side with Cox and Mason. So 3 receivers. That usually means he likes to roll that way. Let's see what happens. Holloway in the backfield. Womack in motion into the tight end spot. He rolls this way and it caught by Mason. He'll have the first down at about the 40-yard line.
Sidney playing way off the ball. I mean, it's fine to give up the 5-yard gain there, but you just have to tackle and you can't miss. Unfortunately for them, that went for 12.
And that's at the Sidney 40 now, and Stebbins is on the move. Clock at 5:26. Number 8 is Womack, and I tell you, he is a big guy. Womack is 6'3", 220. And wherever he seems to go is where they seem
to go away from.
He is a big man over on the right side.
Ran right past him there.
Holloway. He'll pick up a yard or two.
Gain of 3 on that one they're going to give him.
Cagle and Carter, I think, on the stop that time.
I mean, if you're the Indians, 3-yard gain, that is a positive play. That works towards your playbook. Ball now at the 37-yard line.
2nd down and 7. Clock counting down.
This is about where Sidney turned it over on the fumble on the flip side.
Keller calling the signals. He'll take the football. He's going to throw it. Drops back, but he's scrambling. On the run, still on his feet at the 30. He's going to be chased out of bounds at the 29, 28-yard line for Sidney.
Give him
Keller had some dancing feet that time.
Somebody needs to call Dancing with the Stars. We got one out here on the field that just did a serious 2-step.
He didn't want to stand still there very long.
Oh, and you do look at the size of him compared to what's on that defensive line. I don't think I'd want to stay there very long either.
Rutledge will be back in the backfield for Stebbins. Keller's going to run it. Avoids one Sidney tackler before he falls forward to about the 26. Carter with the stop.
He has a nice sidestep to the right there, just making players miss. Nice little juke.
Jacob Wheeler also in on the stop for the Yellow Jackets. Boy, I tell you, the Carter and Wheeler and Cagle and Bordemark, boy, you can just about tell who's going to make the stop. There's a official's timeout as Carter's going to go out. Dalton King will come in for the Yellow Jackets, a sophomore. Looks like maybe an equipment change for the Yellow Jackets. Keller on the money with the catch, number 10, Daniel Bowman.
I know that doesn't look like that would be a difficult thing to do, but for him to throw from the center of that field and throw it that far out, you're talking 30 yards he's putting on that ball just to hit that on a dime in his receiver's hands.
So
the accuracy is amazing for a sophomore. I mean, you would not guess that that's a sophomore quarterback standing there doing that.
Very tough pass.
I mean, if anybody's ever really looked at a field, it does go downhill a little bit. So the touch on that's just amazing.
Rutledge with the carry, but quickly with the stop. Number 25, I think that was King in on the stop that time.
Big decision here, 4th and 1. First time either team's been faced with this.
Deep in Sidney territory. Let's see what Stebbins does. Football at the 19.
They're sending out the full house package here. I don't know if this is going to be a field goal attempt or not. I wouldn't imagine with 18 seconds, but it looks like that's what they're lining up for.
Gage Fosberg, number 28's the kicker, so he's going to try it.
Well, they're going to have to call a timeout here. They're down to 6 seconds.
Going to have to call it, or they're going to go 5 yards back. They take the timeout. We'll keep it right here and remind you, Grand Lake Health's presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports is being brought to you by American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schwederman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Cy Schwederman, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, SecureCom, Cargill, The Spot, St. Henry Bank, St. Mary's Foundry, Wagner's IGA, and Wayne Trail, bringing you tonight's game between Sidney and Stebbins. And
well, they're going to go for it here.
They're going to be faced with a long field goal. What do you think?
I think they're going to go for the first down. Well, nope, they got them back out there.
Fosberg's going to try it. Cox is going to be the holder.
36-yard attempt from the hardest hash as well.
This is going to be a tough kick. Snap good. It's going to be off target. It's going to be a low line drive, and Sidney will hold, and the Yellow Jackets will celebrate with 1:50 to go in the first half, and they'll get the football back. They're lucky that wasn't blocked. A low line drive like that one.
Absolutely. A good job by Sidney. Bend but don't break. That's going to give them the ball at the 19, or they're going to move it right to the 20. So first down. Biggest problem here for Sidney that I see is there's only 1:50 left in this half. Let's see what they can open up with the run.
We're tied at 7. First half football from Memorial Field in Sidney. It's been a good one. Yellow Jackets trying to pick up that 4th win and trying to overcome penalties and turnovers and some issues here in the first half. They've had a couple of big plays. Some of them called back. Some of them stuck. Let's see what they do. Johnson, straight back. He's in trouble. And he'll go down at about the 8-yard line.
So loss of 12 on that play.
Dalton King.
So nice job by Stebbins, just busting through the line. That was one of the keys to the game, was to control the offensive defensive lines, and they have done that.
That'll make it 2nd down and 21. Football sitting at the Sidney 9.
So does this make you rethink how you're going to play this series if you're the coach?
Sidney's got what, 3 timeouts? Stebbins has got 2. You would think Stebbins would want to use those timeouts up after, depending on what happens.
Maybe not.
Here. Davis, he's on the 30. He's got the first down, and he'll go out of bounds at about the 38. Nice run by Davis. So much for that thought.
Well, exactly.
Now we're going to go the other way. Sidney might want to use their timeouts.
So a quick 27-yard burst. We have an injured player on the field, so we'll take a break here on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
For over 150 years, Cargill has been helping people be successful worldwide. Cargill has always done business responsibly and in a way that makes us proud. Whether it is educating farmers in India or providing bikes to students with perfect attendance right here at home, Cargill is helping people thrive. The Sidney plant is just one piece of a global company that provides employment for hundreds of thousands, food for the world, and support for thousands of businesses. Be a part of something great at Cargill.com.
57 seconds remain here in the first half, and the bands are getting ready, but we've still got a little bit of football, and the Yellow Jackets have some timeouts, and they have the football after a nice run by Davis. Puts them out at the 37-yard line. Let's see what the Yellow Jackets do. Johnson, the quarterback.
2 plays, 27 yards.
Johnson, going to be a screen to Davis, but he's still on his feet, but number 32 has read it beautifully for Stebbins. That's Braden Pennington. He made a great play, because if he wouldn't have made that play, Davis did have some running room.
Yeah, he definitely, if he could have broke that tackle, it could have made a change, but unfortunately a lot of time went off. They're actually giving him forward.
Sidney calls the timeout with 46 seconds left. We'll take a break as well. Our score, Sidney 7, Stebbins 7. We'll be back right after this.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
2nd down and 11 for Sidney.
I think it's about time you're going to see the flight of the Bumblebee here.
You know, I think
they're going to pass it out.
The Yellow Jackets got to be a little cold right now as the temperature is dropping very quickly on a Friday night in Ohio in late October.
I will say they've done everything but move lethargically. They're still running hard.
Davis, he's with the football. He's going to have running room. He's going to step out of bounds. And they keep thinking they're going to throw it, but they're going to go to Davis as he picks up some great yardage there. And 39 seconds are remaining, but we've got a penalty. Boy, that's got to be frustrating for the Sidney coaching staff.
I think they're calling that a clip as well. They said a 15-yard variety. That's what I just heard over the loudspeaker.
That'll push the football all the way back to the 26-yard line with 39 seconds left.
Well, that's only a 10-yard penalty, so.
Makes it 2nd down and 21.
Sidney, their own worst enemy on the penalty side tonight. Stebbins yet to have a flag hit the field against them.
Let's see what they do. Johnson, he's going to go
fumble
long, but he's hit and the ball is loose. It's a live football. Who picks it up?
And it's still gone.
Stebbins has it with 30 seconds left.
There's the whistle.
They have the football, and the quarterback and 2 other Sidney players stunned by that turn of events. Boy, Johnson just got hit.
And that's just a quick exchange that can change a game. Here the ball's back. Arms not going forward, and he was leveled.
Davis tried to position it, tried to get a hold of it, and then comes the scramble for the football.
And the most important thing is Davis is still on the field, so we have an injured player on the field with 28.6 left.
Let's take a break. 28.6 seconds left. As you said, Matt, our score: Sidney 7, Stebbins 7. We'll be back after this.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Let's see if Stebbins can capitalize on the big defensive play that they made on said Johnson, the Sidney quarterback, to force a fumble here with 28 seconds in the first half.
They're still
Stebbins
sitting with 2 timeouts, so the whole playbook's open at this.
Keller, Rutledge in the backfield. Rutledge. Sidney defense says no way. There might be a loss of a couple even that time.
Yep, taking back 1, timeout Stebbins.
So we'll keep it right here as the football will rest at the right at the 5-yard line. And we'd like to remind you that as soon as I can find it with my bifocals, Grand Lake Health's presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports is being brought to you by American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schwieterman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Cy Schwieterman, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, SecureCom, Cargill, The Spot, St. Henry Bank, St. Mary's Foundry, Wagner's IGA, and Wayne Trail, all bringing you tonight's game between Sidney and Stebbins.
NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school football on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503, Friday, October 25th at 11 p.m. and Sunday, October 27th at 12 p.m. So here we go. What's your call on this one? I say it's going to be a pass out to the flat.
Keller's a very efficient passer, but I think they're going to play it safe, and he's going to run the football. Some kind of an option. Nope, over the middle. Oh, incomplete. Threw it behind him. Number 5 for Stebbins, and that's Aiden Jones was open. Clock stops at 18.3 seconds. Of course, there's only one timeout left for Stebbins, so it makes more sense to
attempt the pass.
Because I'm sure if they get another 4th down, they're going to kick a field goal, because I think they have confidence in their kicker.
On Sidney, though, that could be a flip side. That first kick, like we said, was low. So if Sidney can get a piece of that, that could be a run back. They do have some burners out there on the outside.
And the angle of it right now is not the best either. But let's see what happens. This is the 3rd down and 5 play. Keller takes the snap, looks to the left side. There's the pass, and it is fumble.
Nice stretch out.
Stretched out, and he's in for the touchdown.
That was a nice job of extending the ball with his right hand.
Don't see that very often in high school football.
No, good football IQ there by the receiver.
Let's take a look at that one more time. Cox reaches out, and he made it.
It was a nice play there by a high school football player. 13 seconds left. Stebbins takes the lead. 13-7.
Cox with the catch. I would have bet money on a fumble, and I would have been wrong. Extra point coming up. Fosberg will try it with 13 seconds remaining in the half. Odd turn of events for Sidney as the kick is up, and it looks good, and it is. Stebbins 14, Sidney 7. We'll be back right after this.
Wegner's IGA have been servicing their communities for more than 90 years, spanning 3 generations. Wegner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and a variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wegner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen.
Stebbins with a touchdown lead, and boy, Sidney looks like possibly they were going to score, and it turns right around on them on the big play there by the Stebbins defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice pass out there again to the flat. Extended by the receiver, and Stebbins goes up 14-7 at half.
13 seconds are left. Stebbins has got to kick it away.
Scores flashing on the scoreboard. Fort Laramie up big, 27-0. St. Mary's up 21-7 over their rival Salina tonight.
USC and Colorado still coming up.
And that's the big one, the Astros and Nationals.
Astros and Nationals. It's not 8 o'clock.
So many things in the news about that, with their assistant GM getting fired now for Houston, and that's going to be out of bounds. That's another kick.
And there's our first penalty on Stebbins.
Stebbins finally receives a yellow card, if you will.
13 seconds. You got to almost wonder the condition of the said Johnson, the Yellow Jackets quarterback. He took quite a hit there on the play.
I think Sidney's doing the smart thing here, having them re-kick.
The last offensive play for the Yellow Jackets.
We seen this a couple weeks ago where Waynesville Goshen was having issues getting the ball in bounds, and on their 3rd kick, they actually got a turnover. But this is actually to the advantage of Sidney. They've already ran down the field once, so if you see if you can catch them winded here.
Fosberg will tee it up to 35. Taborn and Jones are back deep for the Yellow Jackets.
Swirling, chilly wind here in Ohio. Late October football.
Fosberg approaches the ball. It's going to bounce at the 38, and that's where it's going to be Sidney football.
They'll say he went on his knees. So downed right there. Should put 13 seconds back on the clock, I would think.
Donovan Johnson, number 38, fielded it for the Yellow Jackets.
There, the game clock got moved back up to 13. So see what the Yellow Jackets do here. See if they come out with their quarterback.
Yep, Johnson's back in the lineup. It's going to be you look at the way the weather, it's getting cold and the wind. It's going to be a tough second half. You definitely want to take that lead into the locker room here at halftime.
Yeah, that ball's going to be rock hard come the second half. Though this would be a great time for a hook and ladder. Catch them with something out of a surprise book.
Lots of discussion here, probably on where they place the football. Whether it should be the 38 or the 40, it probably should have been the 38. Since his was down there, and they set the clock back up. What do you think, Matt?
I think they're going to leave it at the 40.
Okay.
But they didn't.
No.
We're 0 for 2. We're 0 for 2 tonight.
Oh,
actually,
it's 37.
See,
we were actually right.
They should have left it at 38.
We were actually right on that one.
They just needed 2 more yards.
The thought process was going like, okay, if we're going to reset the clock back at 13, he caught it at about the 37, 38. Let's see what Davis does. He goes right side. He's across the 40, makes the turn at the 45 and into Stebbins territory, and he'll step out of bounds with 5 seconds left in the first half. And
Sidney pick up a 23 on that.
Davis with a beautiful run. Fine running back for the Yellow Jackets.
His last 2 rushes have been 27 yards and 23 yards, so he's starting to heat up.
And he's only a sophomore, too. E.J. Davis. Nice run, football at the 40.
I mean, I watched the St. Mary's Sidney game, and I really like to think that they are a lot better than what they are playing to their record. So we'll see how they do here in the second half coming up.
Here comes the blitz. Johnson rolls away from it, lets it go. He gets hit. Ball's in the end zone. Incomplete. And that's going to end our first half of play. No penalties. Teams will head to the locker room, and our score, Stebbins 14, Sidney 7. We'll be back right after this.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Hello, New Bremen. I'm Matt Everidge with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your cable, telephone, and internet services.
Hey, Minster. This is Nate Henry with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your existing cable TV, internet, and phone service.
Hey, New Knoxville. I am Wesley Meyer at NKTelco. We are here for you and your customer service needs.
Hey, Maria Stein. I'm Ken with NKTelco, and we are here for you with hometown pride.
Stebbins takes advantage of a late first half turnover by Sidney and capitalizes on that with a great pitch and catch in the end zone, and they have a 14-7 lead. Let's take a look at the numbers in the first half.
Yep, so your halftime stats go like this. The Indians scored 14 on 145 total yards, 54 rushing, 91 passing, 10 of 13 on the completions and attempts with only 1 turnover. Flip side to the Yellow Jackets of Sidney, total yards 138 with 58 rushing yards, 80 passing yards, 4 for 8 on pass completions, and 2 turnovers. That second turnover being the big nail in the coffin.
Yep, difference in this game so far. Those stats are really pretty much even, and it has been pretty much an even battle. The Yellow Jackets have just they've had a couple of fumbles and at least, what, 6, 7, possibly 8 penalties, and they've just not been able to overcome that. They've shown some good effort on offense. Stebbins, on the other hand, they've been relatively free from turnovers, though they did have a couple of interceptions, or an interception that eventually could have led to a score, but was a penalty on the play, and wiped that out for Sidney. So second half is upon us, and you know, as we were talking in the first half, late October, the weather's getting cold and the wind is, you know, out of that northwest, and it's a little bit chilly, and now you're going to play some real football weather. And
yep, it's time to play big boy football.
Find out what happens. Yellow Jackets will kick it off first, and the kick is away, and it's a short one. Bounces at the 25. Stebbins will pick it up and return it to about the 32, and that's where they'll start. And Nate Keller, the sophomore quarterback for Stebbins, very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And his arm has just been pretty much immaculate. Throwing out to the flat like he has just done it for years. I would like to say, too, combined with the teams, they've got 10 rushes combined for negative yardage. 5 of those are for more than 10 yards. So a lot of big mistakes done by each team here.
And of course, you know, we're talking sophomores on the Stebbins side. Sidney also with Davis and Johnson in the offense. As Keller goes long, and it's going to be too long. It's going to be incomplete, as it was intended for Kelby Cox, who made the touchdown catch to end near the end of the first half. And the difference in this one, as he reached out with a football and got it in the end zone.
So first pass attempt in the second half, and that's going to be incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10. A lot of big games this weekend in the college football scene. Buckeyes got a big one against Wisconsin. Right up the middle. Nice run.
Rutledge has the first down, and Stebbins on the move. First and 10 for Stebbins, and Rutledge with a nice run.
So give him 10 yards on that, takes it out to the 43. Stebbins picking up where they left off.
Looking for the play from Coach Bonifay.
We will be picking a player of the game after this game tonight for either of the teams.
Keller under pressure, and he's going to be sacked.
Nice defense.
Number 54 for the Yellow Jackets in on the stop. That's Keenan Johnson, junior defensive lineman. Keller, coming into tonight's game, stood 5th in the MVL with 891 yards rushing. For the Yellow Jackets, E.J. Davis, also a sophomore, was number 1 in rushing with 1,050 yards. So a couple of sophomores leading the MVL in some important statistics. Keller looking downfield. He's in trouble. He's going to take off with it near midfield. He's pushed out of bounds, and he'll go out at about the 38-yard line.
And they're going to mark him at the 49, I believe. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and a long 5.
Big play. Sidney defense will have to dig in.
And the offensive line's giving him a really nice pocket, and then when it does finally collapse, he's already out either side for nice pickups.
Keller in the shotgun. Stebbins in motion. Fakes to Rutledge, but he'll throw to him, and it throws behind him, and the pass is incomplete. That's kind of a dangerous or a tricky play for a young sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of plays that I think has been a higher mark of what I would put it for a sophomore, but he has proven that he can make those hard hit plays.
4th down and 4 for Stebbins, so they'll be forced to punt it away.
Sidney really does need to do something to flip this field position. They've been on the downside of it all game long. Stebbins averaging probably 15 yards better on each start.
Darren Taborn will stand at about the 13 for Sidney as he tries to receive the punt. Kick is away. The rush is there, and now we've got a penalty.
And the bad thing is even if that's just running into the kicker, it's enough for a first down because it was 4th and 4. So give Stebbins the ball back. They're going to probably get it at about the 46-yard line of Sidney. Oh, they're calling the personal foul variety. I don't know if we have a replay of that, but that was the best flop of the year that we've seen all a long
Sidney
time.
coach Adam Dunges is just beside himself with that one.
I mean, it was like the punter almost forced himself into the player. So, yeah, here we go with the, oh, they don't have the replay. So take it down to the 36 on that 15-yarder. Oh, I'm sorry. On the replay, you can see where the punter pretty much reached out and grabbed the player.
Tough call against Sidney that time. So now Stebbins is on the move. They're going to try and capitalize on the penalty. Rutledge straight ahead across the 35. He's met with a wall and pushed back.
Well, the best thing you can do if you're Sidney here, have a short memory. Sometimes the breaks don't go your way, which they have not gone their way at all. There's only been one flag on Stebbins the entire game. But just do what you can control at this point. So see if Sidney can't step it up with the defense.
1 yard pickup makes it 2nd down and 9 football at the 35. Sidney just every time they seem to get started, there's a penalty, there's a fumble, some type of mistake, and puts Stebbins back in the driver's seat. Keller looks to his left, now down the middle. He's going to scramble with it. He's at the 35, still on his feet, dives forward, and that's as far as he'll get as Devin Taborn in on the stop for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Yellow Jackets with some nice pursuit defense there, all over him. 2-3 players right in the middle of it. Got past one and was still picked up by the second.
3rd down and 9. Football right back at that original line of scrimmage of 35.
That 4-way tie in the MAC right now. Minster is up 14-0 on Versailles. Coldwater's up 28-14 over St. Henry, and up 21-7 over Parkway, and Marion Local up 14-0 on Fort Recovery.
Rutledge, 1st down and more.
Big run. So already both teams coming out rushing much better here in this first half. Well, let me correct that. Stebbins is just the first ones to have the ball here, but already ran 3.5 off the clock.
Marvelous Rutledge has, coming into tonight's game, 127 carries for 505 yards and 5 touchdowns for Stebbins. Indians stand 2-6 overall, 1-6 in conference and division play. Keller.
Well, that one had me fooled. I was looking right at the running back.
Went to Jerry Jackson, but he made a nice fake to Rutledge, but overthrew his receiver in Jackson, so that makes it 2nd down and 10. Clock stops at 7:56 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
You know, Rutledge started out 10 of 13 for 91 yards in the first half, but quickly here he's got 2. He's 2 for 0, or 0 for 2 on the passing, so has definitely slowed in that aspect.
Here comes the blitz for Sidney, but Rutledge will get the call, and he'll go across the 20. Push himself up to about the 18-yard line. Nice run again by Rutledge.
Nice 6-yard gain. I'll give it 5.
Brian Jones, number 77, into the Sidney lineup. 5'10", 283-pound defensive lineman.
7 rush and 2 pass on this series. They got that 3 wide. This is normally a pass.
3rd down and 5. Here comes the throw. 1st down and more. Almost broke it. And that's Kelby Cox.
Give him 17 yards on that completion. Takes it down to the 2.5-yard line. Marking it at the 3.
So it's 1st down and goal. Football to 3. Keller. Rutledge left side looking for the end zone. He finds us. And marvelous Rutledge, 6th touchdown of the season, puts Stebbins up 20-7 with 7:03 to go. And boy, what a drive by Stebbins to start this second half.
That was definitely well done. Here the snap comes up, goes right outside the left tackle and scores. Stebbins up now 14. Not really what we was expecting to see out here. We thought it was going to be a lower scoring game than this, but just tight play. But quickly up 20-7 with the extra point to come.
Stebbins will try for the extra point. Fosberg, Cox with the hold. Snap is there. Kick is blocked.
Why did they blow that dead? That's kind of strange. They should have had a chance to return that. The Sidney player was out there, and the ball just went and hit the ref.
7:03 to go. Stebbins on the board again. Our score, Stebbins 20, Sidney 7. Will return right after this.
At CAPT, we use hometown opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
Stebbins will kick it away after the touchdown to put them up by 13 with 7:03. What a great drive by Stebbins.
Yeah, absolutely.
To start the second half. Now it's going to be tough for Sidney to respond to that. They're going to have to respond here in the third quarter.
Oh, absolutely, and that sparked by that 15-yard penalty on the roughing the kicker. So Sidney had them out, but unfortunately gave them away back in the door.
And that's been really the story of the whole night.
Absolutely.
For Sidney.
Yep, yellow flags flying everywhere on the Sidney side.
Fosberg will kick it away. Low kick hits at the 25, bounces out of bounds. And
see if he doesn't try to kick it back over here to the right side like he did in the first half. But if you're Sidney, that does equal a better field position. So you see a lot of that squib kicking like that in the high school games.
Mark it at the 35, and Fosberg will kick it away from there.
I'm saying the wind's just swirling right now. The American flag's just billowing out. Down to 7:01 in the third quarter. If you're just joining us, Sidney down 20-7 to Stebbins.
Fosberg's kick. It's a bouncer. It'll be fielded at the 35. Here comes the return. Straight ahead and across the 45, and a good job of returning it.
So Sidney starting out at the 46, best field position for them of the night.
Jaron Kelly with the return, number 82, and Kelly
round that up to the 45.
45-yard line for Sidney, to see what the Yellow Jackets can do.
Like you said, though, Dave, they definitely need an immediate response to this. They need a score on this drive.
I'd hand it off to Davis to start with. That'd be the first play. He'll go right side. He'll turn it up. He'll go out of bounds inside Stebbins territory. Even though it's the ground attack, they've been just gaining, and it's going to use some time up. Davis is so very effective.
Well, if you take away the negative yardage, I mean, Sidney's rushes would have been up a lot higher, but his last 3 rushes, he's ran for 23, 27, and now 8. So, I mean, he's been on the move here the last 3 times he's touched the ball. And that's kind of what Sidney needs to do, get it in your playmakers' hands.
2 receivers to the short side. Jones to the left side. Johnson's going to carry it. He's across the 45, and he's hit and falls forward to the 44 as Tyrese Lattimore in on the stop for Stebbins. Football's going to be at the 44.
Nice 4-yard run for the first.
First down for the Yellow Jackets, trying to get some momentum on their side. The last drive of the first half for Stebbins and the first drive of the second half by Stebbins has been the difference in this one.
No, absolutely. Sidney's fans are outnumbering Stebbins probably 6-1, but you just don't hear any noise coming off the Sidney side.
Haven't had anything to cheer about in a while. Yellow Jackets trying to do something about it. That's an 8-yard gain. Football now at the 36. Second down and 2. Every time they've kind of gotten going, there's been a fumble or a penalty or a mistake like that that's slowed them down.
Well, Sidney's went back to the conventional offense of just run it down your throat. They got 19 yards on 3 plays, so they're doing what they need to do here.
Here comes Davis, left side. He'll be pulled out of bounds by Stebbins and number 32, Pennington.
Give him the gain of 4, and that's another first down for the Yellow Jackets. Down to the 32-yard line, 33-yard line.
Ryan Cagle, he'll come in. He'll go to the right side in tight. Wheeler will go far right. With the football is Jones, and straight ahead he goes. He'll mark it at the 29.
Pick up a 3.
That'll make it second down and 7. Clock under 6 minutes to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Stebbins has moved to a 4-3 defense.
Carter back in the lineup for the Yellow Jackets.
Well, now it looks like they're in a 5-3.
Martin will go to the right side. Jones in the eye, and he'll get the call. Steps forward to the 29, tries to get it to the 28. Yardage a little bit tough going there for the big Sidney running back.
Sidney in 4-down territory, so they only need to pick up 6 more. Got 2 downs to do it. I look for him to go wide to the right at this point. There's a lot of field out there. And once he gets open or gets running, it seems like he goes downhill pretty well once he stomps the foot and goes forward.
Davis to the right side, you think?
That's what I'm thinking.
I think so too. There's Davis to the right side. Play getting stretched out though.
Yeah, he just got stretched too far.
Good defense by Stebbins that time.
Absolutely.
Jeremy Holloway, number 11, one of the Stebbins players in on the stop. And the Indians thinking like we were, Matt.
Yeah. The hole was open in between the end and between the tight end and the tackle, but he just couldn't get into it. So had to bounce out wide.
Here comes a big 4th down play for Sidney.
4th and forever here. Might as well be 7 yards to go.
Backfield has Johnson and Davis. Davis, he'll go to the left side. Johnson rolls that way.
Wide open.
Cagle will have it. He's headed for the end zone. Oh, knocked out right at the 3-yard line or so. Ryan Cagle wide open. Right on the numbers is the pass, and Cagle, for a moment I thought he was going to get into the end zone.
They're going to take him down to the 4, it looks like, maybe the 3. So 27-yard gain on that 4th down pass.
Andre Snow with a game-saving, or rather a touchdown-saving tackle, knocking Cagle out of bounds. Big 4th down play, and the Yellow Jackets come through. Here comes Davis trying to move closer to that end zone. There's the big pile.
Going to give him 1 on that rush. Takes it down to the 3, down to the 2.
That'll make it 2nd down.
I guess it is the 3, so 2nd and 3.
Football resting at that 3-yard line. Play coming in from the sidelines. There you see the Sidney huddle as Avante Martin brings the play in. Martin is going to line up in those pink socks and tight to the left side. That's the side Davis is on. Johnson in motion, left side. Plays going to Davis. He'll find the end zone.
Touchdown, Sidney.
Yellow Jackets on the board, and the 4:10 to go, and E.J. Davis, some fine running there, brings the Yellow Jackets closer to Stebbins. Take a look at the run here on our Winners Quality Meats replay.
Just came right on up between his big tackle and guard on the right side. Spun it in and scored. This could be a big extra point here.
Truesdale with the important extra point kick. It's up, it's good.
She has a nice kick.
She nails it. Yellow Jackets down by 6. Our score, Stebbins 20, Sidney 14. We'll be back right after this.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Sidney trying to bounce back here as they respond to the Stebbins drive with another drive of impressive fashion. And with 4:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Yellow Jackets find themselves down by 6 points at 20-14. Good sign for Sidney fans. And
absolutely, and like you said, Dave, they had to respond if nothing else, and they did. So we'll see how that goes from here.
And it was interesting, basic football that they like to do with Davis. And then, of course, the big pass play, which was a wide open pass from Johnson to Cagle, set it up and got that big 4th down play, which was, well, that was huge. 4th and 7, and they pick it up.
It's nice to know you have that in the bag of tricks if you need it.
Stebbins with the return. Football at the 30.
Well, there's a bad block in the back.
He'll
no
bring it
flag.
all the way up to midfield, and boy, there could have been a face mask almost right there. He'll go out of bounds at midfield. And
no laundry, but there was definitely a block in the back right around the 30, 35. But give it to Stebbins. Ball, first down and 10 at the Sidney 47.
Nice return that gives Stebbins great field position on the return, and boy, the momentum.
Here's the replay of that. If you look coming right across, right there, 21 tripped him up.
Pushed him down.
So Stebbins got away with one.
Here comes Rutledge. He's trying to get to that 45-yard line mark, and he will. And Sidney now needs to come up with some big defensive plays here.
Contain, contain, contain. Don't give out that pass. They just play too far off the ball for my liking. I mean, I know you got to give a little bit of space, but 5 yards is just too much cushion for what this quarterback can hit.
He's a good one, only a sophomore, as we said. Keller, he'll take the football, fakes to Rutledge. He's looking long. It's going to go over to the receiver at the 35, but it's going to be underthrown, and that'll be an incomplete pass, and the clock stops with 3:18 to go.
And puts him at 1 of 4 for 17 yards in the second half here. Total of 108 yards for the night.
Pass intended that time from Malcolm Fulton, number 19. He is far to the far left. Keller's going to run with it. Looked left, but now he's running. He's at the 40. Tries to make a move up towards the 35, but the Sidney defense will throw him back.
And they're giving him the first.
They marked that, they marked that a yard past the first down mark. Probably
I don't know if we got a replay on that, but there was another block in the back. It just seems like the laundry is not falling for Sidney the same way that Stebbins has been granted those penalties, but there was a clear block in the back on that one as well that sprung him.
Greenville up on Butler in the fourth quarter. That's the team that the Yellow Jackets will play next week.
And Sidney's rival Piqua up on Tippecanoe.
Straight ahead, Rutledge to about the 33.
So give him a gain of 4 on that one, take us down to 2nd and 6. Sidney really needs to lock it in here. I think if it comes down to kickers, though, I think the advantage is to the Yellow Jackets. And the first extra point was 37 yards, so she definitely proven she has a leg.
In the shotgun. Receiver in motion to the left side. That's Bowman. Rutledge gets the call and picks up a yard or so. Football's going to rest at the 30-yard line. It's going to make it 3rd down and about 4 yards for that first down. Big 3rd down play.
Stebbins in that same situation Sidney was just not too long ago. You're at 4 down territory now inside the 30.
Keller, he'll keep it. He's near the first down. Not sure if he made it.
Looks like they're going to mark him just shy. So it brings up a 4th and 1.
Michael Frank with the tackle, so it's 4th down and short.
Time for the big uglies in the middle to make their money here. This is where it all happens at.
Battle of the trenches. 4th and 1. Clock is going to go under a minute.
Sidney's linebackers have moved up a couple yards, and they got him.
Big play. Sidney, number 33.
And you hear the crowd lighten up now. So here we come. Sidney with the ball.
Swiger with the tackle. Boy, what a big play by Swiger. Let's take a look at that one. Watch number 33 and kaboom.
Just came right off the tackle or the block.
33 and number 28, Clay Carter. Boy, they came up with a big play with 54 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. The momentum drifting to the Sidney Yellow Jackets.
See if Sidney can't put something else together here. Like you said, they have the momentum.
Here comes Davis, turns it upfield, 35, 40, 45, midfield and into Stebbins territory. Boy, he turned that up so beautifully, Matt.
That was a very nice run. Broke a tackle in the process and then ran through another arm tackle. Give him a gain of about 32 yards. Yeah, here he comes right up the near side, breaks one tackle. Just pushing his way through.
He's a special player, that's for sure. First down for Sidney, football at the 44.
28-yard gain on that run. And Sidney's in business.
46 seconds to go, 3rd quarter play. We got a whistle.
Looks like we have an equipment issue.
Equipment issue, and number 16, Andre Snow, will go out of the game.
This is where if I was Sidney, I would audible and I would run wherever that player goes.
Dalton Mason, number 2, is the player at the 35. They look to the sidelines. Davis in the backfield. Uh-oh, fumble. It's on the ground, but Johnson will pick it up and they'll lose a couple of yards, but
loss
boy,
of 6.
It could have been a real disaster, like losing the football.
Well, Sidney, the last time this happened, they actually scored their first touchdown. So we'll see if they can't pull back into that passing game and get another 27-yard completion.
Ryan Dunham will come back into the lineup. He'll go to the left side. Lathan Jones will go far right. Davis in the backfield. Johnson's going to throw it. Short pass up front to Jones, and he'll
Nice
pick up
gel.
a few yards. Nice run by Jones.
That was a nice jailbreak screen for a pickup of 10.
That's going to end our third quarter, so we've got a big fourth quarter of football coming up on NKTelco Sports. Sidney and Stebbins doing battle. Our score, Stebbins 20, Sidney 14. We'll be back right after this.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwiederman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Third down and 8 as we begin the fourth quarter of football. Final 12 minutes is upon us here at Memorial Stadium in Sidney. Yellow Jackets with it. Johnson on the money to Jones, and he'll have that first down.
Back-to-back 10-yard passing plays, gets them out of that troubled water on that 9-yard loss.
When Johnson has a little bit of time, he's not too bad of a passer.
He is
either.
effective, very effective. And he took that large hit. I don't want to use the wrong terminology here, but he got hit hard in that second quarter.
And there's no way a quarterback can prevent that. I mean, he was hit just totally blindsided.
College football, somebody might have got ejected there.
Johnson, he'll keep
That's a big run.
He's up the middle and then across the 15 to near the 11 or 12-yard line. That looks like they're going to mark it down to the 13. I'll tell you, what a run by Johnson.
Nice 21-yard scamper there for the quarterback. Quarterback doing what he's supposed to do. He's taking charge of the field and taking chunks away from this Stebbins defense.
And they're going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here and remind you the Grand Lake Health presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports is being brought to you by American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schwiederman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Cy Schwiederman, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Securcom, Cargill, The Spot, St. Henry Bank, St. Mary's Foundry, Wagner's IGA, and Wayne Trail, all bringing you tonight's game between St. Mary's and Dayton Stebbins. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are also pleased to bring you replays of high school football on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503 Friday, October 25th at 11 p.m., Sunday, October 27th at 12 p.m. Davis with the football, trying to turn the corner, and he'll get to the 5.
He got in.
He got to the 5, stayed in bounds, and found the end zone. What a run by E.J. Jones.
So back-to-back runs over 10 yards, one for 13, the other for 21, and that is a tie game. On the replay here, he just strung it out wide, broke a tackle in the backfield.
E.J. Davis.
They expected him to bounce out, and he dove in.
What a run by E.J. Davis. What a dive from 5 yards. I lose it on the corner. What a dive, though. Dunham's hold is down.
3 for 3 on kicks, puts Sidney up by 1.
Truesdale's kick is through. Our score, Sidney 21, Stebbins 20. We'll be back right after this.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Sidney with the momentum has taken the lead here with 11-12 to go. Fabulous run by E.J. Davis. You can't say enough about the run that he had there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Sidney did on that drive. They evened it out. 3 plays running, 3 plays passing, 47 yards in the air, another 38 on the ground, and that's a touchdown and a lead, first lead of the game for the Sidney Yellow Jackets.
They'll kick it away now. Now it's up to Stebbins to see if they can get some of the magic that they had on offense back. Yellow Jackets looking to go 4-5 overall on the season. Coach Dungus wants to be playing for that 5-5 season as they go into the finale against Greenville. There's the kick fielded by Stebbins. The return comes back to the 36-yard line.
Going to mark him there. So have you ever seen a thing with the high school football like it is this year in the MAC with 4 teams going in 9-1 or potentially 9-1? So what happens in your opinion for the Division 6, because 3 of those teams are in that?
That's a tough one. The Division 6. Let's see, we got
Anna, Coldwater, and Minster.
I think the big thing is going to be to try to get that rematch with Coldwater and Anna again, which I think shocked most people, not so much that Anna won, but by the margin of victory.
Exactly.
And I don't know the pairings. I haven't looked at the pairings, how they might play out, but Coldwater and Anna one more time would certainly have an awful lot of excitement.
Oh, in the air, exactly.
You know, if you've watched football in this area for long, the small schools with Minster, you can never count the Wildcats out there.
Absolutely not.
They got a great team, solid quarterback, running back. Overall game is good as well there.
Yeah, I believe they went in the playoffs a few years back, 7-3, and won a state title.
And, you know, I think the one that's the interesting one is the smallest division, Division 7?
Yes, Marion.
With Marion local in that, and the shift in enrollments puts Marion in that smallest division with New Bremen. So,
well, the best news for Marion is you don't have to worry about facing a MAC school.
That's right.
And that's normally who knocks you out. I mean, if we're going to be technical about it, we don't want to try to put the MAC above anyone else, but the MAC has done things in the small school division that most conferences in the state haven't.
And you also have in that small division, Division 7, you have Fort Loramie still in it and ranked doing quite well.
They're actually winning tonight as well.
But then again, you know, the schedule of competition and some things like that all make it even more interesting. Stebbins with the football on their own 47. Keller is going to take off running. He goes into Sidney territory. He's going to be knocked out of bounds inside that 40-yard line in front of the Stebbins bench.
So quickly they're just mounting an offense right back at Sidney. Gain of 14 there.
Yeah, it's an amazing story when you really think about the balance in a conference to have 4 teams like that all at the top.
It is an amazing thing to watch. And that's where I've said for a long time now that this conference has been made, and it's only going to get better with time. This is the inaugural year with the WBL, this league, and the MAC. We got some of the best big, small, and little ball in the state. I mean, I just don't think there's much that you can compare it to in West Central than what we got in West Central Ohio.
Rutledge with no gain on the play makes it 2nd and 10. Yeah, the Miami Valley coming back into play is just that's just one of the makes things so much better for teams like Sidney and Piqua and Troy and so on and so forth.
Totally agree.
And it's going to only and you go to that 9-game league schedule. As Keller takes off, he's at the 30, he powers himself away to about the 27. where the Yellow Jackets, number 35, in on that stop, which is Curtis Spangler. And the Yellow Jackets going to have to call on their defense.
And the one thing I'm seeing here as a mark in the plays as they go, Stebbins getting about twice the amount of plays on the offensive side as Sidney is. So Sidney definitely needs a 3 and out here just to give their defense some time to rest.
Snap to Keller. Handoff Rutledge. Nice gain by Rutledge as he gets near the, I thought he was near the 20, but they're going to spot it back at about the, we'll call it the 22-yard line, it looks like. So that'll make it second down. Call it 4, football at the 22. Of course, the Miami Valley League, years ago, being from St. Mary's, we played a lot of those schools back when the conference was in existence. He played Piqua and Greenville and Sidney. There's a run. Rutledge, he's going right side. He's inside the 10. He's coming down to about the 7-yard line. So Stebbins on the move, and boy, they're countering Sidney's score right away as well.
Exactly. The last 5 runs, 1 for 14, then for 0, 12, 6, and 15. So they are taking gashes out of this field.
7:48 to go, and this one on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
The coach over in Stebbins is thinking if we score, we may have to go for 2 here.
Keller.
Nice job of Sidney stacking him up, only giving up a 1-yard gain.
That'll push it back.
33rd offensive play in the second half for Stebbins, already past what they did in the first half.
Clock counting down. Second down, 7 yards to go. Football at the 7.
If you're Sidney, you just want to see that clock get eaten a little bit, and hopefully you get the ball for the last time. Nice hit right at the 5.
Good defense by the Yellow Jackets. Looked like Devin Taborn in on the stop of Holloway, who's in the lineup.
3rd and 5, 3rd and goal from the 5.
You kick a field goal if you don't get in?
Absolutely not. Yeah, I guess I would if I was Stebbins. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Just throwing one at you. Here we go. Big play, 3rd and 5. He's going to throw it. Keller, incomplete. No flag, and that's going to stop the clock with 6.5 to go, and it's decision time for.
Yeah, I believe you kind of have to do that. You got to go for the lead.
Coach Greg Bonifay, let's see what they'll do. It's really just a extra point kick, and
yeah,
they
they're
do
sending
have
them out. So the kicking team's coming out. We'll see if they can take the lead here with 6:30 left in the 4th. Sidney blocked the last extra point, so we'll see what they've got planned here.
Fosberg, we got whistles all over. Timeout. Stebbins is going to take a timeout. We'll take a break as well. Our score, Sidney 21, Stebbins 20. We'll be back right after this.
Take your game day party to the next level with a new TV and Sonos sound system from Fowler's TV in St. Mary's. A Sonos system takes the action into every room of your home and outdoors. Break your home into zones and control the content and level right from your phone or tablet, enabling you to enjoy the game or not with the touch of a finger. Add a security camera system connected to your TV from Fowler's, and never leave another friend stuck outside in the cold. Fowler's TV, taking game day to the next level.
Stebbins takes the timeout. Field goal unit is on, and Fosberg will try to put Stebbins in the lead with 6:30 to go.
Such a difficult angle to kick, I would think, from the hash.
It's a tough one. Let's see what happens. Snap is good. Kick is up. Looks good. Let's see. It is. 6:26 remain in this one. Stebbins. Fosberg has put the Indians up with a field goal. Our score, Stebbins 23, Sidney 21. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Stebbins is going to kick it back to the Yellow Jackets, and of course that means with 6 minutes plus on the clock, they're going to have to perform on offense, which they have been doing so here in the second half especially.
Oh, absolutely. It's been rushes and bunches for both teams, but the Yellow Jackets, last 4 rushes, like I said, 1, 3, 21, and 13. They've gotten gashed yards, and then throw in those 3 passes for 27, 10, and 10. So I don't think Sidney will be backing down anytime soon.
Kick is away. It's going to be fielded at the 12. Jones, I believe, with the football. Nice return.
That was a nice job of just letting your team set up, get a man, and then just find the hole. He did a really nice job of just hesitating and waiting for the hole to open up.
Lathan Jones with the return, and the Yellow Jackets got great field position. Football at about the 43-yard line. 1st and 10. Plenty of time on the clock.
And for a running team, the clock is not your friend right now. You need to eat as much of that as you can, because Stebbins on the flip side has showed that they can get a lot of yards quick.
Johnson, he'll hand it off. Straight ahead, Davis. He'll go to the 46. It's not going to be much. It's not going to be a real secret what the Yellow Jackets are going to try and do here, I don't think.
I totally agree with everything you say there, Dave.
They've got Davis, and then you throw in that nice little passing game that Johnson offers them.
And the fact that Johnson really hasn't made any mental mistakes with the ball. I mean, when there's no receiver open, he runs, and he runs well. No interceptions, just 2 fumbles for Sidney tonight.
Here comes Jones, and he's had trouble on the sweep like that and unable to cut it back up, and that's going to be a loss of a couple of yards. That'll put it back to 3rd down and loss of 3. They'll call it 3rd down and 10. Clock is rolling.
So the question is if you don't get it here on 3rd, you almost have to go for it on 4th with this much time left in the game, I would think. I mean, I wouldn't trust my defense to go back out there after giving up some of the yards they just gave up on that last drive.
Butler upsets Greenville 18-17. How about that?
That is a big one. Xenia beat Troy 24-22.
Johnson looking downfield. He's scrambling. The lefty's on the move, and he's going to go down. 4:54 to go. He'll go down to about the 35-yard line.
So it'll be a loss of 9 on the play.
Big sack by the Stebbins defense. And
here's the replay. The one thing you can't give up is a sack and just no containment being held. The rusher got past number 15 for Sidney and then got the tackle.
Big play by Pennington. Nice high punt by Dunham, and it'll be a fair catch at the 36-yard line by Cox.
Well, Sidney's 4:19 left, 3 timeouts left. They just need to stop them and stop them right here. Stebbins up 23-21. If you're just joining us, 4:19 left in the 4th.
It's been a good one from Memorial Field here in Sidney. Here on NKTelco Sports, happy to have you along for the ride as Stebbins will have it, but the pressure now, Matt Everidge, goes on to the Sidney defense.
Absolutely, Dave, and we'll see if they can't stand up and take one for the team here.
Low snap, Keller picks it up. He's going right side, trying to move upfield. He's going to push himself and get still 5 yards.
Yeah, still picked up 5 on that busted play. It was like the Sidney player pulled him into him.
Yeah, almost like he pulled him into him, and Sidney will take a timeout. We'll take a break as well. 4:09 to go. Our score, it's a nail biter. Stebbins 23, Sidney 21. We'll return after this.
In the Grand Lake Health System, great health care is about creating a personalized experience. We're here for you at every stage of your life, to care for you with compassion and courtesy, to support you with an honest approach that values communication and actively seeks your collaboration, to treat you in a safe, welcoming environment where quality and service always come first, to create truly grand experiences. For more, visit grandlakehealth.org/grand experience.
39-yard line. Stebbins has the football. 2nd down and 6. And
Sidney's in need of a negative yardage play here.
both teams have 2 timeouts remaining, and they're going to become a factor as we have 4:09 to go. Rutledge, he slips but drives forward. Great Sidney defense as Carter for 1.
Timeout again, Sidney. We'll keep it here and go ahead and thank our sponsors real quick.
And sponsors tonight, Grand Lake Health's presentation of high school athletics and NKTelco Sports is being brought to you by American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schwieterman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Cy Schwieterman, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, SecureCom, Cargill, The Spot, St. Henry Bank, St. Mary's Foundry, Wagner's IGA, and Wayne Trail bring you tonight's game. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are also pleased to bring you replays of high school football on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Friday, October the 25th at 11 p.m. Sunday, October the 27th at 12 p.m. And you can also watch the games on demand on the NKTelco Sports Facebook page and at nktelco.com.
Well, I would not pass, if anything else, if I was Stebbins here. I would force them to use that, and they're passing.
Keller, he's trying to turn the corner.
Nothing.
Stays in bounds. Maybe a yard pickup at the very most. Sidney coach Adam Dunn just shouting instructions to his defense. Clock at 3:40.
I think that's a good choice of letting the clock run at this point. Don't waste that last time out. You may need it to kick your own field goal. And your kicker's already proven she can put it in from 37.
I take that back about Greenville and Butler.
Oh, did Butler lose?
Yeah.
Oh, poor Butler.
I looked at it wrong.
You probably have more people in Greenville ready to come do a lynching
more people
here.
in Sidney excited about it.
Oh, Anna all over Parkway 49 to and Coldwater all over St. Henry.
Stebbins will kick it away. It'll bounce at the 23, and that's where it's going to be fielded by Stebbins. So Sidney will have the football.
Well, they got 3 minutes and 4 seconds, Dave. What do you expect to see here? A mix of it, or are they just going to?
Well, I think 3:04. I think they got to get it. They got to change the field position first a little bit. So I think they'll be a little bit conservative. But I'll tell you, Johnson, he's a fine young quarterback, and you take a look at what 10 sophomores or so play a lot for the Yellow Jackets. The future is really, really bright for the Yellow Jackets.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as a Rough Rider fan, I hate to admit that, being from St. Mary's, I think we're both from that area, but we got some good competition coming up the
Don't
ranks
have to worry about them anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Change in conference schedules and makes a difference. Here comes Davis. He's at the 25, to the 30, and the 35, and he'll step out of bounds at about the 36.
He was one player away from breaking that.
Just needed another 2 foot on that sidelines, and he might have turned that one.
Just might have been gone. So give him 11 on that one. 1st and 10 from the 35 now.
Cagle's going to bring the play in. And boy, every time I see number 15, great defensive player, Ryan Cagle, at 5'7", whatever. What a defensive player. But that pass play in the earlier in the game to him that set the score up, I keep thinking of that. This time it's going to go straight ahead.
I think that's a premature whistle again.
They're going to blow it dead. got maybe a yard or so, maybe 2. Have to see where they mark it. They're marking it to 36, so that's a yard. So that makes it 2nd down and 9.
Clock running down to 2:37. Sidney needs to get a little bit quicker here. They've had 3 plays now.
Stebbins has got 2 timeouts, Sidney with 1. Davis trying to turn that corner, but he's not going to be able to. An absolute great defensive play there by Stebbins.
And that's going to be a loss of a long 6 yards.
Now you're going to be forced to throw the football.
And it takes it to 3rd and 15.
I think that was Andre Snow, number 16, with that defensive play.
Clock still running. I'd look for a jailbreak screen here coming across on a curl back in. That's where I would go.
2 receivers right. It's going to be a trouble. It was going to be a halfback option, but Yellow Jackets going to lose some yardage on it.
And take him back to the 25. Sidney going in the wrong direction.
Davis tried to turn that corner. I think he was going to throw it, don't you, Matt?
I do too. Here's the replay.
Takes it. He slipped when he tried to cut. And then just a host of defenders.
4th and 20, minute 11 left. Sidney still coming out, 2 right, 1 left.
20 yards to go for the 1st down. Under pressure, Johnson is going to go down at about the 15, and with it, could go the hopes of Sidney for tonight.
One of the keys to the game today was the offense and defensive line control for Stebbins, and that's exactly what they did there, taking a total of 16 yards away from the Yellow Jackets, 3 straight sacks.
Yellow Jackets have 1 timeout left, 56.4 seconds to go. Stebbins will take a timeout. We'll take a break as well. Our score, Stebbins 23, Sidney 21. We'll return right after this.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a 3rd-generation family-owned business with locations in Sidney and Walpock, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Stebbins with the football as 56 seconds remain here at Memorial Field in Sidney.
Victory formation.
Can stop the clock once. And that's about the extent of it, but clock is going to count down.
I think Coach Dunges is just going to let it run out.
23-21, and Stebbins will take 1 more knee, and that's going to be the ball game. So it's a tough loss for the Sidney Yellow Jackets. They'll fall to 3-6 on the season. Disappointing loss for Sidney, and a nice win for the visiting Stebbins team, who now picks up their 3rd. So both teams end up 3-6 overall, and the game ends. The teams are congratulating themselves. Our score, Stebbins 23, Sidney 21. We'll be back with our recap right after this.
Hey, mister. This is Nate Henry with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your existing cable TV, internet, and phone service.
Hey, Botkins. I'm Brett Gerstner with NKTelco, and we are here for you and to help you operate your business network.
Hey Maria Stein, I'm Ken with NKTelco, and we are here for you with hometown pride.
Hi Rishi, I'm Tim Metzger, and we are here for you for your installation of your telephone, cable TV, and internet.
Contact NKTelco at 1-888-NKTelco.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Plygem Residential Solutions is part of Cornerstone Building Brands, North America's largest manufacturer of exterior building products, and the success of our company is directly related to the contributions of our employees. We are currently looking for machine operators, maintenance technicians, forklift operators, and more to join our growing team at our facility in Sidney, Ohio. Plygem offers competitive pay, a full benefits package, as well as opportunities for bonus pay and long-term advancement. Become a part of our strong foundation.
Stebbins with the win over Sidney. Boy, Matt, you know, this was a great high school football game. There were first half a few turnovers, few penalties on Sidney's side. Second half was a very, very competitive half of football, and it comes down to a field goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stebbins kicks in under pressure.
Yep. Final score 23-21. Stebbins Indians over top of the Sidney Yellow Jackets. We'll go ahead and we'll look at the final game stats. Final game stats go like this. The Indians score 23 on 326 total yards, 204 rushing, 112 passing, 12 of 19 on the completion percentage, and 1 turnover. Flip side for the Yellow Jackets, total of 227 yards, amassed them 21 points, 100 rushing yards, 127 passing on 8 of 12, and that big turnover was pretty much the difference in this game, that second turnover, which gave Stebbins the ball right down at the 5.
And when you take a look at this game in Miami Valley League play, there were a lot of impressive sophomores out on that field tonight, even though it was the seniors last night here at Sidney. But boy, some sophomores really stood out, and one of them was Sidney's E.J. Davis. E.J. is our player of the game, brought to you by NKTelco Sports. So
yeah, E.J. Davis himself actually rushed for 127 yards, even though Sidney has listed 100 yards. I always deduct all the negative yards off their total yards for the game. So he himself had over 120 yards himself.
Lots of great plays by sophomores tonight, but E.J. Davis, our player of the game, brought to you by NKTelco. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors here tonight. Grand Lake Health's presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports is being brought to you by American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Plygem, Precision Strip, Schwiedemann Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Cy Schwiedemann, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Securicom, Cargill, The Spot, St. Henry Bank, St. Mary's Foundry, Wagner's IGA, and Wayne Trail, all bringing you tonight's game between Sidney and Stebbins. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school football on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Friday, October 25th at 11 p.m. Sunday, October 27th at 12 p.m. You can also watch the games on demand on the NKTelco Sports Facebook page and at nktelco.com. Our crew here tonight, I'd like to thank them. Our director, Bryce Hamrick, his assistant director, Ian Boheimer. On the cameras tonight, Paul Downing, Taylor Wisman, and Jeremy Birch. I'm Dave Helmstead. Alongside me tonight, Matt Everidge. Again, from Sidney Memorial Field, our final score, Stebbins 23, Sidney 21.